Okay, hi. This is Mitch Weisberg, and I'm going to be teaching the class along with Jane Lyons and Tammy Schrader. And I'd like you to give you a demonstration of the K-12 Leaders platform that you're going to be using. Let me share my screen. So when you go to K12Leaders.com, the very first time you start off with a screen right like this, and you see towards the top right-hand corner is login. You will have been sent an email from K12 Leaders that will give you the link and will set you up for your login, which will be your email address. I'm going to click on login here, and you can see that it asks for my email or username and my password. So I would just, type in my email address here, type in my password here, and then log in. And once I'm logged in, I'm in the K-12 Leaders platform. And let me just go to see what you might find is I clicked on K-12 Leaders, and you see there's logout here, there's your learning community, there's learning paths, and there's the latest from K-12 Leaders. So I'm going to click on learning paths right now because learning paths is really where the course is. So if I click on learning paths, um, learning paths mean courses. And for me, because I'm registered for both courses and I'm teaching both courses, you see, I have two courses here, MindShifting 1, which is the course that we taught in the fall, and then MindShifting 2, Resilient Mindsets for Long-Term Success. That's what we're teaching now. In addition to seeing the two courses here, if you look all the way on the left, it says featured learning paths. And so MindShifting 2 should be there for you as well. So if you were to click here, MindShifting 2, you get right into the MindShifting class. I'm going to come back to K-12 Leaders a second and show you that if I click learning paths here and I come back to featured learning paths, I'm going to click on MindShifting 2 Resilient Mindsets right here, and I end up in the same place. So you're seeing my view, which is as an administrator of this course. So I am seeing all the lessons. What you should see is the getting started, which has two lessons here. Overview and live session links. You should see first steps, which has an introduction and before the first session. And you should see session one, which is the content that we're going to be going over for session one. I'm going to click on each one of these that I know that you can see. So an overview, okay, in overview, there's a description of what it's like on the platform. Under live session links, you can always come here, and this link right here where it says here's the Zoom information. This is the link that you can always go to for Zoom and for the sessions. And here's the dates of the sessions: the October 21st, 23rd, 28th, 30th, November 4th, and then we're going to skip a week, and then we'll go to Thursday, November 13th, which will be the sixth class. So you can click on this link to get into the Zoom meetings. They're at 4 o'clock p.m. Pacific time or 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern time for all the sessions. And you also see here on the right is a list of all the sessions and lessons as well. Uh, so you'll take a look at overview, you'll take a look at live session links, you'll go to introduction. This will describe the course itself. I'm not going to read this to you because you'll be able to read it yourself. And then the work to do before the first session. There's two things that we would like you to do before the first session. The first thing is that we would like you to introduce yourself into the Mind Shifting Educators discussion, and also either use this link or fill out the survey down here, because there's a pre-survey which you will use at the end to compare your answers today versus the answers after finishing the courses to see if you've actually learned anything in the course. So you'll either fill it out or click on this link. This link is going to take you to the pre-survey, and you'll fill it out. So in addition, before the first session, for the first session, okay, before the session starts, you'll get the link from this live session links here. If you want to, and most people find this valuable, for session one, the slides will be available, so you'll be able to click on this link. And you'll be able to click here or here and or view here, and you'll be able to download the slides. Before After session one, there'll be some work to do before the next session, and this will explain what the work is. We will explain it as well. So there'll be a reading in this case, and then you're going to answer questions. There'll be a question in the community discussion. We'll go over that, and then there'll be some survey questions based on what we've asked you to try to do. And you can fill out the survey again here, or you can fill out the survey by clicking on the link here and fill out the survey. We, as your instructors, will go through each survey, and we'll give you feedback, and take a look at it. In order to get your credit hours for the entire class, you have to do all these surveys. So you get 2 hours for attending each session. You get 1 hour for completing the survey. And then at the very end, you also get 3 hours for completing a lesson plan. So since there's 6 sessions, 12 for attending the sessions, 5 for the 5 surveys after classes 1 through 5, and then 3 more for the lesson. So you can have a maximum of 20 credit hours. So so the discussion that you're going to be doing here, it says before the first session, and then there's going to be a discussion that you do before session two. Those discussions will be here on the left where it says Mind Shifting Community. And so the first discussion is right here, Introduce Yourself. So you'll click over there, then you'll click on Introduce Yourself, and I'll do this myself here. So in the comment, you'll say, my name is Mitch Weisberg. I write about and talk about mind shifting. And what I want to get out of the class is I always learn so much from the participants because each person has their own experience, expertise, um, and techniques. Okay, and then you'll click on post it. And then if you want to, and I would encourage you, is you can interact with each other. You can reply to the different comments. You can like the comments, however you want to. So basically, what you do in K-12 Leaders, and we'll give you a demonstration in the first class also, is when you go to K-12 Leaders, you'll see on the right here, it'll say log in. Right now, I'm already logged in. Uh, Once you're logged in, you're going to go to Learning Paths. In the Learning Paths, when you want to take a look at the course itself, we're in Mind Shifting 2, Resilient Mindsets for Long-Term Success. And then the different lessons are here. For session one, you can download the slides. After session one, there's instructions what to do before session two. And then also after session one, if you miss any session, we will have recorded the sessions, so we will place the archives right here, where it says here, session one archives. We'll put the archives, and we'll also put a summary of the session. So I hope that gives you a good background on how to use the K-12 leaders, and we'll see you on the 21st. In the meantime, you can email any of us. You'll probably have already gotten an email from me at some point. Anyhow, you can email us with any questions. Thanks.